being a little late. I had to stay late for work today, so reality got in my way. But we got you covered for week 6 waiver wire. It looks like a lot of the sites have moved the waiver wire from Wednesday to Thursday. Check and see if your league did it. I have Sleeper, Yahoo, ESPN, my fantasy league. Make sure you double check your settings. But we're gonna go ahead and break down week 6 waiver wire. Okay, so we're gonna start with the quarterback position. It looks like it's the same guy I've been mentioning for the past, I don't know how long, maybe the whole season. But it's Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew has been a top quarterback for almost the whole year for streaming. He went 31 for 49 for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interception. He has a great matchup this week, so I'm very excited to play him against the Lions, who have allowed 2+ touchdowns to all opposing quarterbacks this season. So I think he's a good streamable option. The same $2 or $3 on waiver wire. Don't spend no more than that on your quarterbacks ever. The next guy I want to mention is Kirk Cousin. I mentioned him last week. Probably picked up already. Maybe you want to double check and see. But he did good. He did okay. He didn't do too bad against the Seahawks. Should have had a better game, but 249 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But the thing was, if they ran the ball, they just ran it straight down their throat. That's all they did, just run it right down. What up, Jared? How you doing, man? They just ran it down their throat, and it worked. And it was kind of shocking to me because I really didn't expect that against the Seahawks defense, who's a run funnel defense, a top run defense. So it was really strange for me. But that guy is a super flex ad, and you're probably going to want to add him if you want a Dak Prescott replacement. It's Andy Dalton. I know the Red Rifle, or as I like to call him, the PB gun, or the Pee Wee gun, or whatever they call it nowadays. Dak Prescott, he's out for the season. Tore up his ankle, hurt it bad, but Dalton came in. He did okay. He delivered it, game-winning drive and everything. They faced the Arizona Cardinals next week, who've allowed 18 points to all opposing quarterbacks they faced this year. So I definitely want Dalton in there. Maybe the streaming quarterback. I would probably go out and trade for one if I had depth, though. Quarterback to acquire through a trade is not too hard. So other guys that could be on your waiver wire, if they are, pick them up. Ryan Tannehill, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Daniel Jones, and Philip Rivers. Tannehill faces Houston. Ryan Fitzpatrick faces the New York Jets. Revenge game, can we say? And then Philip Rivers versus Cincinnati. Daniel Jones versus Washington. But, man, I just can't gut that one out. I think I'll have to. He has a good matchup, but Washington puts a lot of pressure. But that's if you have to go down there. But I doubt Ryan Tannehill and Fitzpatrick are available. Maybe someone will drop Daniel Jones after last week. All right, let's go to running backs. All right, running backs is actually a little bit exciting this week. Number one guy that I'm looking at is Justin Jackson. He looked awesome in fill-in last night. He did take over the lead back. Jackson out-touched Kelly 20-12 and outgained him 94 yards, 38 yards. And he might have been looked over last week on your waiver wire. Please pick him up. Go put $25, $25, maybe a little bit higher if you're hungry for a running back. If you need a running back really bad. Next guy is Alexander Madison. Well, it looks like it happened. We all knew it was going to happen sooner or later. But Dalvin Cook is hurt. And it doesn't look too serious. It looks like 2 to 3 weeks. I think it's going to be 2 weeks. They have a bye week next week, so this is more just like a 1 week. But I'm telling you guys, right now in waiver wire, you should be targeting week-to-week help to help your team. With bye weeks and COVID-19, you want depth. So go ahead and put in the $20, $15 on Alexander Madison. I'd probably go higher for sure. If I needed a fill-in for, I need him. I want him on my team because he's a great handcuff to have. And that guy, hey, what's up, Aaron? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Next guy is Chase Edmonds. now, oh man, season-long football is awesome, man. Chase Edmonds is the guy that's probably going to be the next, what do you call it, to steal a job, you know? So definitely, Kenyon Drake, he got a lot more, they're basically almost the same, right? One gets the touches through the run game, the other one gets the touches through the passing game. But Edmonds has been more productive this season. Drake's in the passing game, 22-6 on the season now, has been out-targeted by Edmonds. So I'd rather have Edmonds right now. I'm a big Kenyon Drake guy. Wasn't sure going into the season, but I'm just not seeing it. But I'm going to hold on to Drake, though. Don't give up on him. Maybe he fixes something. I don't know. But if you have Chase Edmonds on waiver wire, go pick him up. Put $15 to $20. Make it a priority. Because Edmonds, Madison, and Justin Jackson are all on the same level for me. There's one more guy I really like, and I think maybe he might be on your waiver wire because they had a bye week last week and people couldn't afford it. Yeah, Tennessee's crushing them, huh? What's the score in that game? Because I have Jonnu Smith, and I need him to get me 5 points. I hope he already got 5 points because I've got a really tight matchup in one of my Yahoo leagues. So please tell me Jonnu Smith has gotten more than 5 fantasy points. But anyway, back to Damien Harris of the New England Patriots. Patriots had a bye week, like I said. Oh my goodness, 42-16. But the question is, did Jonnu Smith get 5 points? I hope so. Harris is back and he looks good. He ran the ball a lot, 17 times for 100 yards against the Chiefs. This is what we expected. I said 2 weeks ago, add Damien Harris as a stash. James White and Burkhead will always be there to get, touches through the, holy crap, 42-16, through the passing game. But I think Damien Harris is the Sony Michel of this offense. Matter of fact, I think he's better than Sony Michel. So go ahead and add him. Next guy is not a sexy guy, but it's J.D. McKissick. He saw 8 targets, hauling 6 for 46 yards. And, this makes it like back-to-back game where he had 6 plus catches for 40 yards. So he could be like basically this year Thompson on the Redskins. Now, players I want to stash, like I said last week, there's players you definitely want to stash if you see them on waiver wire and you're already up like 4-1, or if you're up on top of the standing and you have a player on the bench that's just, not any good. Latavius Murray, number 1. Tony Pollard, number 2. Jamal Williams. And then the list goes on and on. Boston Scott, Brian Hill, Matt Breida. But those are most of the guys I want to stash right now. But, yeah. Just bought a Harris. That's awesome, man. Man, the cards are getting big nowadays, man. That's crazy. Like, I saw Mike Trout card went for like $2.5 million or something like that. Oh, man, that's insane. All right, now let's go to wide receiver. I think a lot of people are excited, but super excited for this guy. It's Chase Claypool. He's number 1. He's a rookie wide receiver from Notre Dame. Big guy, big body. He was supposed to, everybody said he was a tight end. I wasn't a big fan of him. But Deontay Johnson, man, he just keeps getting hurt. Back, concussion. I think it was leg the other last year. He just can't stay healthy. Claypool took advantage of it. He saw 11 targets, catching 7 for 110, and he also handled 3 rushing attempts, which he scored on 1. But he's a top priority this week. I would go Justin Jackson, Madison, and Claypool. If he's on your waiver wire, he should be very low owned right now. It's just don't blow all your fab. Just spend $15, $20. That's for sure. I don't mind that call or trade for Big Ben. I think they're really pushing the ball a lot. But the next wide receiver I want to talk about is Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook, we know who he is, right? But we hope he doesn't beat out inconsistent wide receiver. He always is. He caught 8 of the team, 12 targets for 161 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, it was against the Jaguars, but oh well. They finally fired Bill O'Brien. I'm done with that guy, finally. And they came out clean. Miko Hardman is the next guy. Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to pass the ball all season. I expected more from CEH, but not looking like he's getting a lot done. But Sammy Watkins hurt his hamstring, like I always say. I mean, trade him away. But Watkins is hurt, so Miko Hardman is a great pickup. He only saw 3 targets on Sunday, but I bet he's going to see a lot more coming forward. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is the next guy. Packers wide receivers. I mean, if we're getting Claypool, why can't we go after MVS? Same kind of situation. A bunch of deep wide receivers, but 2 different quarterbacks. I like MVS. I mean, Alan Lazard's on the injured reserve. Devontae Adams should come back. He should still get volume though. So he's a mid-tier like wide receiver 3, you know. Luke Laviska Shenault, he keeps impressing this year for the Jaguars. He led the team in targets. I mean, he has 5 for 79, but he's a hybrid wide receiver. I'm hoping to get him more involved, maybe through the run game and the passing game, get him closer to the red zone, make him like a red zone gadget. But I don't think we've seen the ceiling of this guy, and I'm excited to see it. Henry Rugg, if he was dropped, man, like, go at him. Like, he's a beast. I saw him on Sunday. I was watching that game. I mean, he saw 3 targets, but he's like a deep threat. He's like a Tyreek. No, more like a Deshaun Jackson. Not really like Tyreek. But there's a reason why the Raiders drafted him in the first round, man. Just go target him. I think he's a great pickup. Now, other guys I want to talk about is Travis Fulgham. Don't blow your budget on him. Don't make him a priority. Everybody's going to be all over him. Just remind me of the Cowboy wide receiver like 3 years ago that caught like 3 touchdowns on a Monday Night Football game, and everybody went after him. Alshon Jeffrey should come back. Deshaun Jackson should come back. He'll be slotted to a wide receiver 3. I'm not too excited. I'm not blowing my budget on him or anything. Other guys you want to look at and pick up are probably Tim Patrick, Preston Williams, Christian Kirk, Olamide Zaccheaus, Greg Ward, Demarius Byrd, Tyler Johnson. Those are the guys I'm looking at other than that. Tight end, Eric Ebron. I said it last week, and he's still getting targeted. He's 6 for catching. Okay, sorry. He got 6 targets, catching 5 of them for 43 yards. That makes him get 3 straight games where he had 5+ targets, 43 yards. That's what I want in my tight end: targets and red zone touches. And Ebron, he drops the ball a lot, but that's what we get with tight ends like that. And tight end landscape right now is trash. I'm telling you guys, it's just trash. So like, go trade for the elite. Try to make a trade for a more consistent one. These are guys that you're probably just going to want to have and hope they fill in for the week. Jimmy Graham, I mean, he's seen 5+ targets in 3 straight games, going in 2 of those, and a one-handed amazing catch that was like mind-blowing. I was like, wow, that's the old Jimmy Graham right there. I miss that guy. I mean, that guy was so much fun to watch. Rob Gronkowski caught 6 of his targets for 52 yards. Maybe the Rob Gronkowski Brady show again. Let's see. I think that's about it on tight end that I want to draft or pick up. My top streaming defense, the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Because they changed the schedule, I believe. That's why, right? Because I thought I had the Chargers on my list before. So now it's the Miami Dolphins versus the Jets. The Washington football team versus the New York Giants. Carolina Panthers versus the Chicago Bears. This defense is sneaky, I'm telling you guys. They're a lot better than people make them out to be. They're playing a lot of zone defense, and they're being more consistent. They're being more aggressive. So I like their defense. And then the New York Giants with the Washington football team, of course. So, yeah. Looking more ahead for, like, week 7. Philadelphia Eagles face the Giants. So if they're on there, pick them up. And then Washington will play the Dallas Cowboys, pick them up. And then whoever's facing the what's their name, the New York Jets or the Jets, pick them up. But I don't have any trade targets for you guys this week, but best of luck, and hope you guys get all your waiver wire.